Morning, Piggy.
Morning. Good Tuesday morning to you. Y'all know that means it's Monday. Another week, new day, new week, new day.
What a day it's been.
Yeah, I had myself a blowout and had to take care of that right before going to pick my aunt up. Something decided to get a hold of me. And then we go up, get up there, we find out, I've tried to call. Claim of calling both numbers, cell and landline. We never heard the phone at home.
Yes.
We don't get signal on the cell phone. We've explained that time and time again.
Yeah.
More likely, she called the cell phone. We didn't get that no-how. She called the landline. She didn't let it ring but once or twice. Then claimed knocked on the door. We never heard it.
And we ain't got a Charlie to wake us up no more.
Right? So if what happened with that is what I suspect, they just shot themselves in the foot with doing that.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing. That particular person has never been known to knock light. That old Bradley door, you're going to hear it.
Uh-huh.
So, I'm just saying, if that's the case, there weren't a lot of effort put into trying. Claims they're going to call the cops or get halfwit to come knock the door in, check on us. Well, if you learn how to do right, you'd know how to get a hold of us.
I was sick all day Saturday.
You can't expect much out of a liar, no how. So, there you go. Oh, me. Well, Lane telling me something this morning about an executive order. Going to totally shut down the borders.
Yeah, that was fun. I was listening to it this morning.
And, like you're talking about saying something. Oh, it's right before the election. Well, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Problems. I mean, we've had Chinese nationals voting in our elections, folks. I agree with shutting the border.
Oh, I do too.
Get all them cheaters out of it.
What I love about it says ain't nobody coming in, ain't nobody going out.
Right?
Don't matter if you're a citizen or not.
I'll tell you what I'd like to see, and it may be coming. Dual citizenship.
Mm-hmm.
Wipe it out.
That's it.
You're either a citizen here or you're a citizen there. Just like the Bible says, you can't serve two masters. You'll love the one and hate the other. Well, there's too many hating on us right now.
And I think anybody that's got dual citizenship should not be allowed to run for any elected office in the United States.
They shouldn't be allowed to vote.
That's it.
Because their loyalties are in question.
You're wiping out half of Congress right there.
Yep.
Both sides of the aisle, and I don't care.
Right. That would help stop a lot of BS.
Mm-hmm.
I don't agree with dual citizenship. It's the same as the can't serve two masters thing. You love the one and hate the other. Yeah, so I'd like to see dual citizenship gone. That birthright citizenship thing, it's gone. I agree with that. The reason that was brought up and made a thing is because when the slaves were freed, it was for the children of the freed slaves.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't for making anchor babies. But they didn't happen to foresee that happening then. So loopholes were used to pervert it. Just like anything else.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
You got a green knife.
you make a knife for hunting, fishing, whatnot. Somebody else, something, for good. Somebody else takes it to use it for bad. A knife is a good thing. It's a very good tool. But other people find a nefarious use for it. Well, that's what a lot of these criminals up there on the hill have been doing to the laws.
Mm-hmm.
They know why that law was instituted. And they thought, well, we can use that to get a lot of people citizens that shouldn't be citizens. Circumventing the process. Circumventing the way it's supposed to be. A lot of people out there getting all up in arms because, well, it shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be like it. Well, yeah, it should, because that was its intended use, was for the children of the freed slaves. Wasn't meant for all that other. Anybody that thinks that should be allowed anyway is stupid. Yeah, you can have a global community, but you go anywhere else, you won't be able to circumvent their laws like we do here. You go to prison for it.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're trying to subvert their laws. And it's like a community, a neighborhood. Yeah, you can be all friends, best friends, just that and the other thing to each other and all like that. Don't just come in my house just because you live in the neighborhood. That's disrespectful, to say the least.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's what people all over the world have been doing. They've been coming through our door unannounced, like to own the place. No, you ain't paying the bills and following the rules here. You don't get to do it like that. Now, if I invite you into my home, that's different. But don't just come walking in like you own the place because you think you can. But just because you can don't mean you should. And if you think about it, that's what's been happening with the criminals up on the hill, allowing all these illegals to get away with coming in here and taking from the American people. Laws that are meant for one thing, they're expanded to cover other stuff, and it's not for that. It wouldn't be allowed in another country. Why y'all okay with it happening here? Sure, I get it. People want to come here to have a better life, but the ones that are coming now, they're not coming to have a better life. They're coming to destroy America. All of it paid by, a lot of it paid by Soros. Soros is getting his money from China. whole lot of laundering going on. Elon proved that with Doge. So whether y'all want to recognize it or not, take your rose-colored glasses off and realize we are in a war. We are in a war for the soul of this nation. You don't have to see a bunch of people out there with guns shooting back and forth at each other to consider it a war. There are other ways of waging war. Economically is one of them. That's something China's been doing ever since NAFTA. They were allowed to qualify as a third world nation to get special treatment on trade. They got things better than we got over here. Well, for the powerful elites over there anyway. Yeah, so and they've been robbing us blind and then using that money to loan us money. Then our debt goes up, keeps going up, keeps going up. And then we become indentured servants to China. That means China wins. That's a form of war. You know, gangbangers get out on the streets of these big cities and stuff, shooting at each other. Why they call it a gang war. AOC's got her butt busted. Been claiming she's a Bronx girl. It's come out. She didn't grow up nowhere near the Bronx. She grew up in a very affluent city where almost everybody rich. Her particular neighborhood is rich. Just like Chavez, she's claiming poor in the struggle. Chavez was rich. Don't know who he is, look it up. And he was a straight up murderous killer. That's what socialists do once they get their foot in. You don't agree with them, they kill you. Plain and simple. And it's worse if it's communism. But like Ayn Rand said, the only difference between socialism and communism is one is by choice and one is by force with a gun. They both have the same result. And I'll say it again like I did the other day on one. Oh, but their socialist system works. Yeah, only because we're supporting about half or more of it. That's what people don't take into account. All the foreign aid and other forms of help that we give them is why they can have socialism. If we took out the foreign aid, they'd fall flat. And it wouldn't take but a week. So that's why socialism over there works. But here's the rub. Being able to be over there with military bases is a strategic thing that keeps us with resources in that region to be closer to problems and be able to be quicker to be there. And if we weren't there, those problems would take over. And then we'd have a bigger problem. But like here, communist, socialist, terrorists have all been chipping away at the laws over there so that they could take over that way. Either way you look at it, it's a war. So, hey, I'm all about having a global community. I love the history of other cultures, the art, the literature. That's great stories. But you respect my house, I respect yours. Bottom line, that's what it comes down to. We respect theirs, even help them keep their house up. They steady trying to tear us down and take things out of our house. No, that don't work for me. Y'all think about it. Biggie loves you.